is a special interview with Councilman Bill Bishop. Welcome to our school.
Good morning, glad to be here.
How are you today?
I'm great. It's been a wonderful tour today. I enjoyed it a lot.
So we're going to talk a little bit about what you do as a councilman. So can you give me a little detail of what your average job day life is like?
Well, when I talk about it in the tongue-in-cheek mode, we basically sit in rooms and talk to people and spend money. That's sort of the short version of what we do, but basically what we do as the city council is the policy-making legislative body of the city. And the city council acts officially as a body by two ways. They either pass an ordinance for something or we pass a resolution for something. A resolution is simply a statement of intent, or a statement of we would like something to happen. It has no force of law, but it's just sort of the collective, the way the body as a whole collectively expresses an opinion on something. If you watch city council meetings, you'll see at the beginning of the meeting we often have resolutions presented to people, commending them or commemorating them on certain things. That's an example of a resolution. An ordinance is, on the local level, a law. It's like a statute at the state level or an act of Congress on the national level, but it just has effect within Jacksonville itself. That's how we officially act as a body. Why, when people think, you know, we pass so many laws, we pass laws for everything. Passing an ordinance is the only way under the charter that the city council takes official action on something. So everything that we do is an ordinance. And so we pass ordinances for everything. Our biggest responsibility is spending money. The city every dollar that the city spends is appropriated through an ordinance by council. Most of that gets done every year in the annual budget, and where we have one large budget bill that we pass that appropriates money to fund all the various departments. But throughout the year we have other issues that come up, changes to the budget or special grants that come in, or a variety of different things that have to do with spending money on special, small, or particular things that come out through the year.
Okay, and I also saw that a part of what you do, just as a person, has to do with the field of architecture. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Oh, sure. Actually, my profession is I'm an architect. I'm a practicing architect. I live in town. Being on the city council is technically considered a part-time job. We are not full-time people. We are employees of the city while we're in office, but it's not a full-time job, and we still have, all of us have other business interests that we're involved in, and mine happens to be architecture.
Have you always wanted to go into the field of architecture? Is that something that you wanted?
I get asked that a lot, and the answer is yes. Ever since I was in 8th grade, I have always wanted to be an architect, and that came out of a drafting class back in the day before computer drafting. We did it all by hand, and I had a drafting class to learn how to do mechanical drawing, and there was another student in the class and myself that were very good at drawing. I've always been good at drawing. We finished the entire year's curriculum 6 weeks early. And so the teacher needed something for us to do, and so he said, well, design a house. And so our job for the last 6 weeks of the term was to design a house, and after doing that, I just said, this is a fascinating profession. You dream something up, and you reduce it to paper that could then be built into a physical building. And I just thought that was really, really exciting, and I never wanted to do anything else from that.
And speaking of classrooms, I know that you're a big advocate of education. What do you think is the most important factor of education, the most important thing for even students to remember about education?
I guess the most important thing is, and it's hard because I know when I was in school, the first thing I wanted to do was get out. I wanted to get done. But the nice thing about a school like this, it is that it instills the desire to learn. Never forget that education is ongoing. You might be in a class where you are not very excited about it, it's boring, I don't want to be here, but something out of that will stick with you. And everything that you do is a learning experience. And while it all might not be the most exciting thing in the world, education is just always keep your mind open to learning new things. And that way, throughout life, everything, you will never lack for excitement. There's always something about every day that is exciting and fulfilling, and just expanding your mind and learning things. You never know when that will come to be valuable.
So I see the most important thing is just keeping an open mind.
Keep an open mind. Learn, just suck it all up and be a sponge and learn things, because at some point it'll all come together. As you develop your philosophy of life and how the various things that you learn mean things. But everything that you see, everything that you're involved in has value at some point from an education perspective.
And last but not least, I would like to know, how did you feel about our school today? Like, what was your take on our school?
Oh, I think it's fantastic. The whole idea of what you're doing here is great. We have a good friend of the family's son was a teacher here a number of years ago, or I guess early on. It hasn't been that long ago, but he's now he and his wife are now in Japan teaching English over there.
Oh, I believe that was Mr. Adam Sussman.
So Adam Suslak, right? And he would tell us about the school. He was just so excited about being here. So I've heard about the school for a long time. And I was not disappointed here today, just seeing the varying different activities that go on, and the fact that it's a complete education. It focuses on science, technology, engineering, and math, but it's a complete education. And just meeting the students today, I can tell that everybody's excited to be here and is excited about learning, and that's the best part.
Well, I do thank you and appreciate it so much for your time for conducting this interview.
My pleasure. Glad to be here.
And thank you for visiting our school.
Thanks a lot.